Unrecognizable makeup is the latest trend on TikTok, and today that is exactly the look we created. If you want to learn how to create this look and become completely unrecognizable in 2025, keep watching. Alright, so I've just taken my concealer and carved underneath my brows, and I've just primed my eyes using the Sigma eyeshadow base in the shade Persuade. The main eyeshadow palette I'm going to go on with today is the Colourpop Rock Candy palette. So with smoky eyes, I kind of like to work backwards because I find that black eyeshadows can get out of control really fast. So I'm going to build up from the crease onto the lid. On a Morphe M506 brush, I'm going to go on with the shade Concrete Plans and start blending that into my crease. I'm also going to place some of that colour on the inner and outer corners of my lid. On a Sigma E33 brush, I'm going to pick up the shade I Dig You, and I'm going to blend that brown eyeshadow out. On a Morphe JH34 brush, I'm going to pick up the shade Very Guineas. I think that's how you say it. And I'm just going to slowly build that product up into my crease. I'm not going to bring the blend up too high because I want this to be very controlled, because smoky eyes can get dramatic very fast. So the trick to getting black eyeshadow to stick and really pop on the eye is to use black primer. Now this can just be a black eyeliner that you have, preferably a gel liner or a black cream eyeshadow. But I'm going to take this black primer from Question Beauty, and I'm just going to stamp the tiniest little dot on my lid, and I'm going to blend that out using a JH40 brush from Morphe. Now if you need to, you can go back in and add more, but always start with less because it will just end up being a mess otherwise. I'm just tapping that product in. It sets very fast, so you do kind of want to work quickly. And then I'm just going to blend that into my brown eyeshadows. I'm just going to take the brush that I had that brown eyeshadow on and just use that to feather the edge before it sets in place. So now I'm going to add my black shimmer shade on top. I'm going to go in with the shade Stone's Throw on my finger and tap that over that black base. And to soften the edge of that black eyeshadow, I'm taking the shade Concrete Plans on a JH31, and I'm just blending that into that black eyeshadow. The smoky eye is looking a little bit matte, so I'm going to add some extra sparkle. I'm going to go in with this Colourpop Super Shock Shadow in the shade Ritz, and I'm just going to take some of that on my finger and press it onto the lid. I'm going to move on to the base now, so I'm just going to pop some foundation on. Also ignore the fact that my hair is crazy, I am curling it. So for foundation, I just took a mixture of the Maybelline 30 Hour Superstay and the Too Faced Born This Way foundation, just so I can try and match my developing self-tan. Let's bronze the face. I'm going to go in with this Inglot Cream Bronzer in the shade 89 to contour today. I really like this one because it's more of a neutral colour, and I'm just going to pop a little bit on my cheekbones to start, and I'm going to blend that in using my Sigma F35 brush. I'm going to take a little bit more product on my nose and on my forehead, and also underneath my chin, and we're just going to blend that out. I just like to use tapping motions because if you start smearing the brush around, you're going to move your foundation. So just tap that product in and eventually it'll all blend nicely. Don't forget to tap that product up into the hairline. If you feel like you've gone too heavy-handed, you can just take your sponge or your brush that you use to apply your foundation and just blend the edges out. I'm just going to go on with some concealer now. I'm going to take the Too Faced Born This Way concealer, and I'm just going to put a little bit of concealer under my eyes. You do not need a lot. A little bit on my nose, a little bit on my forehead, and on my chin, just on the high points to really accentuate the shadow versus the highlighter. And I'm just going to take my sponge and blend this out. You can use a brush if you prefer as well. Now that I have concealed, I'm going to set everything in place with some powder. I'm going to take the Unrecognisable Cosmetics Velvet Finishing Powder. If you want to save some money, you can use the code ALIX15. And I'm just going to apply a light layer of this under my eye using a powder puff. You don't want to be heavy-handed with this because otherwise you will end up with cakiness and creasing, so less is more. I like to power my entire face with a powder puff because it really makes it so your base will not budge. Now I'm going to do some powder bronzer just to really sculpt the face. I'm going to go in with the Inglot Bronzy Cheeks Face Bronzer in the shade 43. I'm just going to apply that over where I applied the cream bronzer, and I'm using the Sigma F40 brush. I'm going to apply some blush now. I'm going to go in with Tiger Lily from Sigma Beauty. This is like my favorite powder blush. So I'm just going to apply apply this tapering along my cheekbone up towards my temples, just to give that lifted look. And to highlight, I'm going to take this Colourpop Super Shock highlighter in the shade Flexitarian. And I'm just going to apply that to all of the high points of my face, just to give this look more of a glow. For lips, I'm kind of feeling like a brown lip vibe to go with the dark eyes. I'm going to go in with this XO Beauty lip liner in the shade Dawn, and I'm just going to line my lips. And for lipstick, I'm going to take this P. Louise lipstick in the shade Belly There, and I'm just going to apply that to my lips, blending it into the lip liner. And because I have to add a gloss, I'm going to top it off with this Colourpop So Juicy plumping gloss in the shade Dough. I haven't tried this one before, so let's see. The one thing I don't like about these, they kind of get a bit of excess product on the lips, so you always have to wipe them, but the lip combo goes hard. Okay, so I'm just going to finish off the eyes. I'm picking up the shade Concrete Plans on an M506, and I'm just blending that under my lower lash line. On an M506, I'm just going to blend that out using the shade Nugget. I accidentally forgot to film, but I just picked up the shade Hotspot on a Morphe M506 and just blended it under the lower lash line. In the tight line and the waterline, I'm going to take this black liner from Sigma Beauty in the shade Wicked, and I'm just picking up the shade Hotspot on a Sigma E65 brush, and I'm just going to create a little inner corner wing. And to pull the look together, I'm going to pop some mascara on. I'm going to take the High Key mascara from Beauty Bay, and I'm just going to coat my lashes. I'm just going to pop a lash on, and then I'll show you guys the finished look. Here's a close-up of the eyes all complete, and I'm just going to quickly set everything. I have a new Colourpop setting spray I want to test. So to set everything in place, I'm going to take this Colourpop Pretty Fresh Lock It In setting spray. And here is the finished look. I love how this makeup came out. It is so different for me, but I do love a good smoky eye. Hopefully this isn't too dramatic to wear out to dinner tonight, but I might have to change the eye makeup because I'm wearing like a floral pastel purple pink dress, so I think it's a little bit too edgy. But yeah, this is the final look. Let me know what you guys think down below, and if you're going to try this one out yourself. I definitely feel like this is giving major unrecognizable vibes considering what I looked like at the start of this video, but that's okay. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. It helps push my video out to new potential viewers. And if you want to see more from me, hit the subscribe button and turn on post notifications so that you never miss a video. And if you want to see other content that I don't create here, like creative makeup looks, check out my Instagram at MakeupWithAlix. All my social medias are linked down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!